Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel, PDina. Thank you so much for being here today. And today I'm going to be talking about the desperation, the clear signs of what I've always said about this marriage are on full display during the Invictus Games. Don't get it twisted. Okay, that's what we're going to be talking about today. And also an update. I will be posting my videos between 2 and 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just need more of a lead time for my videos because I tell you, running a charity it's a lot of work. And trying to get these videos out at a certain time is just proving too difficult for me. But I do hope that you will give me grace and that you'll still watch my videos and look for them every day. Well, pretty much. I don't do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I just might now that Harry and Meghan are in Canada for the Invictus Games because there's just so much news out there. But anyway, just wanted to give you that update and talk to you about this article that I found on the desperation and the clinginess, the PR disaster, despite what you're reading and seeing. We're going to talk about that. Okay? So let's get into it. Here we are. And, you know, it's almost like you watch this, you see what is happening, and you can understand that there is a shift. It's like, oh my goodness, what's going on? What are they doing? Like why are Harry and Meghan all up on each other like this? That's what you would think is what you're seeing. But if you look closer and you look at the past, looking closer gives you a clear perspective, and that's what you have to do. Because remember, Meghan is a girl who is a Hollywood girl. She knows how the camera works. She knows how to get her right angle and what she wants people to see. But she's not good at trying to make it look real and natural. And that is the problem. Because we can see it from a mile away. I see what is happening here, girl. You ain't not fooling anybody. I too am an actor. And I can tell you right now, that's not how you try to play up to the cameras to make people think that all is good in Montecito. As a matter of fact, it's a clear sign that all is not well. Because this is what has happened. Ashley Hansen, the PR strategist for Harry and Meghan, it has been revealed by Neil Sean's channel that they were told that they have got to show a little bit more togetherness. So much so that they're looking to change their professional separation to getting rid of that separate professional separation and making it so that they're together, because that just wasn't working. It wasn't working. There was speculation around divorce and all of that. Okay, so we got that PR person for Harry and Meghan telling them, you guys got to ham it up. We can't see all this not togetherness. Because what does that tell you? The fact that the PR strategist has told you, make it look good when you go to Invictus. What does that tell you? Well, it tells you that clearly there are problems. Clearly, they have issues in their home. And this is what I think it speaks so real to me. Harry and Meghan are not super royals. They're not even super ex-royals. They are just regular, average people with an extraordinary circumstance of connection to the British royal family that has a whole machine working behind it. There's a machine, a big machine that is supporting that family and all that they do. They do a lot of great things. As a matter of fact, King Charles was with Victoria and David Beckham for an event recently. And you see what's going on. And you don't get a lot of bad PR from them, from the royals, because they know how to manage their public persona. Harry and Meghan have essentially hired someone to help them with their PR in America, with situations that are not normal. They're a little bit extra because of what Harry and Meghan have done. So there's a lot at play. And so the fact that she has told them this tells you that there's problems, but also when you have situations where you are being called out by Hollywood, you've moved to Hollywood to make money and to have this new star power, when you're being called out by the industry that you are trying to court, you're trying to play up to this profile of Hollywood life. And then when that Hollywood life is calling you out, like you've been discovered in terms of your shadiness, they see it. And that does not do well for you, because your PR is a disaster, because you can't seem to elevate yourselves in your new role in America. That means everything. The Hollywood Reporter, Variety, they have called out Harry and Meghan, and that is detrimental to your money earning potential. It's not good. So, and then you have on top of that, the lawsuits that have been happening, Vanity Fair that has come out and talked about Meghan shopping around a post-divorce, a book with Harry. There's been a lot of blow-ups, a lot of drama around their wellness. And then you plop them, and so much so, we hear about them going to the Bahamas to get away. The stress, it's like they have to get away. But then you have the Invictus you have to attend, and then Meghan shows up, and then she just resorts to just what Meghan does, which is not good. Then you have a lot of problems happening. You can't show up with all of these issues and problems that you've been having with no successes and plop yourself in Canada for the Invictus game and all is well with the world. I love my husband. He's so cute. I just love him. I just love him so much, Harry. I mean, it's like for real. It's like when you're in high school and some girl is dating a boy that you like. She's gonna ham it up when she sees you around. She's like, oh, there's so-and-so, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we's together, huh? This is making you jealous. Are you jealous yet? Are you jealous? We know that game, and that's what Meghan is doing. She's hamming it up for the cameras. And so when you see her doing this, you know it's not real. You know it is a perpetration and a fraud if I've ever seen a fraud. Okay? Because you can tell by what Harry is not doing. Harry is not engaging in that. He is kind of like the side person that's just, being led to follow through with the I love you. But he's not initiating it. He is not the one showing it authentically. He's just following the lead of Meghan, which he knows he has to do. Because with everything that I've seen in all the photos with Harry and Meghan and the Invictus, Harry does not appear to me to be that engaged. That tells me he is trying to make it look good. He's relying on Meghan to do that, because we know she got phony and fake all up in her bones and her DNA. It's just a lot easier for her to do it, to initiate it. Harry just has to receive it and follow through with it, which he's done, but he's left signs. So let's just take a look at this photo right here where Meghan plops this kiss with her two hands onto Harry. Harry leaves his hand down. He's like, okay, I'm leaning in. I'm going to do it. Okay, thank you. And then he walks away. A moment when Meghan is leaning her head on his shoulder during some emotional something that they're watching, he doesn't lean into her. He just kind of leans on the other way and watches. There's a photo or a video of Harry and Meghan when Meghan is reading a book to these children, and Harry doesn't really look at her. I have not seen Harry look at Meghan the way she's looking at him. So he is the one following through on this. He's not the one that appears to be actively engaging in the PDA. which seems so high school. It really does. I mean, you're supposed to be a princess. And this is the difference. Because when you watch Catherine, one of the first rules in acting when you are center stage, you are being put, people are watching you. One of the first things you do is that you have to control your arms and your hands, and you kind of put them to your side, because that's so much more difficult. It's a power stance. And Catherine does this a lot when she's walking, because she's walking in her power. Whenever Meghan does it, it's her trying to be clingy, to give away her power, but to make her look like she's in control, because she grabs on like a claw, like the claw. And this claw is like always nagging on Harry. And so she doesn't have her self-esteem, her individual power. She is very much intimidated and wants to portray something that she really isn't inside. She's not feeling confident. She's feeling very defeated. And she knows things are not going well, but she can't show it. She's got to save face, because it's life and death. It is success or no success for her. So it's like, you better smack a smile on your face, and you better keep it on your face, and you better make it look like you're happy and all is well with the world. But she did drop her face. Oh yes, she did. She dropped her face here when she was looking to engage with some people and Harry, and it looked like she was being a little intense and almost psychomatic in a way. But then as soon as she looked up and she caught the camera, she went, eh! She's smiling. And then she immediately started smiling, because she knew she's got to save face. So they're not fooling anybody. No. Not with the past that you've had, with the criticism, with the fires, the Vanity Fair article, the Hollywood Reporter article. Meghan is being ousted from Hollywood. People are not taking her calls. They're on the verge of losing their Netflix deal. I mean, all the things that have come out about her, this is the only defense you have, is to show people that you're great. Yeah, don't let them see you sweat. Oh yes, it's all good in the world. Oh yes, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. Oh yes, I'm happy. Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss, Harry. Give me a kiss. So this is the article that came out. This is written by this guy named Philip Mutz, and he says, Prince Harry and Meghan's body language spoke volumes about their marriage during yesterday's public outing. Now, this was one of these PR stories, because there's a lot of PR out there about how great, they're so in love. They purposely said they were going to go out there and show a lot of PDA and put out a lot of paid PR to validate what they were trying to display. And this is one of the articles that does this, saying things like, as they sat next to one another, their body language was on full display, and it said a lot about their relationship and their marriage. Their body language was relaxed, playful, and dare I say, quite flirty. The way Prince Harry looked at his wife as she cheered was full of love and admiration, both signs of a strong, healthy marriage. There was the full-on PDA. The pair were photographed sharing a passionate kiss, with neither afraid to let the world see, I'm wild about this person. Talk about a power couple in love. This is the paid PR. So when you have to put out paid PR to say you're in love, it tells me you're not in love. That's exactly what it says. Because so much has happened that your PR strategist has to tell you, don't show the troubles of this marriage when you go to Canada. When you have to purposely show people you are in love, it says you're not in love, because love comes naturally. Love is just there. It's not forced. It doesn't look contrived. You certainly don't put out a bunch of PR articles to validate what you want people to see. So the truth is, what I've always said, they're no longer aligned in purpose. Their purposes in life are completely separate. They're not aligned. Therefore, this marriage is in trouble. It is not aligned. But for the sake of trying to earn $1 and to make money, they have to do it. They have to do it. Now, there was another article that came out by Newt's a staff member. And this article is titled, Meghan Markle Slammed as Clingy and Desperate. And that's what it is. She's clingy and desperate because she would have been so much better off showing up, just being natural. Just walk in your power and be natural. Smile when it's appropriate. Be normal when it's not appropriate to smile, because it's not natural to constantly smile all the time. Nobody wants to see that fakeness. So this is the article that resonated with me because it spoke to me, saying that's exactly what it is. It's Meghan being clingy. Now, the article says is that Harry and Meghan, they made this public appearance at the Invictus opening ceremony where Meghan seemed to respond to recent criticism from President Donald Trump with an awkward PDA session with her husband. She was snuggling close to him at the military sporting event before leaning in for a passionate kiss, which Harry did not seem to feel the need to flow into that kiss naturally. He seemed very stiff as he was being kissed by her. So Meghan is the instigator, I believe, in all of this. Now, they go on to say that she was enthusiastically shook to her blue pom-poms at the sporting event before she placed her head on Harry. Several critics took to social media to criticize the Duchess for her blatant PDA, with many pointing out how Harry kept on leaning away from his wife when she grabbed onto him, because Harry is not the one trying to show something that he just can't do. Meghan can do it because she is the fake and the phony and the hollow person, as we saw on South Park. So it's a lot easier for Meghan to do it. Harry, not so much. So this is why he was just following the lead of her, because he wasn't able to really initiate it, because there's problems in the marriage. There is no longer an alignment of purpose. One person shared a screenshot of Harry and Meghan at the Invictus Games and wrote, Body Language 101, Dunce of Sussex leans away and feels genuine emotions as the troll of Sussex poses and pretends. Another person wrote, why doesn't Meghan ever do this during her own events? Veterans and the military officials don't do PDA. Look at Harry's arm next to his body. He doesn't even want Meghan kissing him. A third person commented and said, IMO, she's love bombing him. She hasn't looked this doughy-eyed at him since their engagement. Her show of affection came shortly after Trump called her a terrible wife and announced he had no plans to deport Harry from the U.S. amid a legal battle over his immigration status because he has enough problems. And I think adding to the problems of Vanity Fair and all the things going on back in California, when the President of the United States calls you out as a terrible wife before the whole world, you know you are sweating under those armpits. You know you got heat flashes coming out of everywhere, because that is something that it is hard to really deal with. I mean, being called out by the President of the United States as a terrible wife, your PR is so in the toilet. The only thing you can do is smile from here. Like, what else you gonna do? You gonna go out there and start crying? Looking depressed? Showing the world your face of unhappiness? No. She's forced to do it because she doesn't want people to see she is inside filled with rage and trauma. Because any normal person would be. You are not a superwoman. You are not void of real feelings that happen to you. What you want to show is that you're not affected, which it doesn't make it natural. It doesn't make it even seem real. So we know the deal. Okay, so that's difficult. Trump went on to say that he doesn't want to do that to Harry after being asked if he would deport the royal. He said, I'll leave him alone. He's got enough problems with his wife. She's terrible. Oh, my goodness. I tell you, folks, I mean, being called out that way, I mean, just has to make you, yeah, it's just not going well. Now, Markle was criticized by Trump, we know, in the past. Now, here's the other thing that I think really is the most important point about this PDA and all this clinginess for Meghan is that you are so consumed with yourself that you can't even just be a real natural person with real human feelings for the sake of the veterans that you are there to represent and to support. You're making it about yourself, and it's not about the real men and women of the Invictus Games. There was a shot of Harry and Meghan taking a go-kart, while passing all of these disabled veterans who had to walk, and just showing how you're not really there to support people. You can't even get out the cart to even talk to people, shake their hands, to get to know people. You got to just fly through, and Harry being cheered on as they're going through the hallway of the event as if this event has something to do with Harry. No, it doesn't. It has everything to do with the men and women who are supposed to be there on behalf of their country and doing what they're doing. But they're not even well taken care of. I talked about in my other video how they don't even get health insurance. They don't even get their basic needs met to even come to the events. There is so much dishonesty and fraud happening, I believe, with the Invictus Games now that it's no longer with the Royal Foundation. It is the clear exploitation of veterans. That is what you're seeing. By Meghan showing all of this PDA, she is exploiting the fact that she is at something that is supposed to be about veterans, but she then makes it about herself. Because she doesn't care that she is there to represent these people and to support these veterans with the games and just be real. She is there for her PR moment. She's there to get her celebrity status and to help elevate herself. But she just got a smackdown from the president. She's gotten smackdowns from Hollywood power hitters in California. This is a troubling time for Harry and Meghan right now. And all they can do is try to make it look good. That's all they can do at this point. And you know what I say? I say, okay. Keep showing us. What else you gonna do, girl? What else you gonna do? You gonna show us some more PDA? You gonna let that mask fall so we can see the real you? Oh no, she'll never let that happen. So what are we going to do? We're gonna keep watching you and eating our popcorn and watching you make a fool of yourself while trying to exploit people who are there on behalf of their country. Because don't get it twisted, folks. That is exactly what it is. And I will always call it out for what I see. And that is what it is. It is what it is. What can you do? You watch it and you look and you see that she still hasn't learned anything. And she probably never will at this point. It is atrocious behavior. All right? I'll see you in the next one. Bye.